Hello, everybody. I am going to be reading the Bible. Um, I'm not going to be on here too long, but just to share my story a little bit. This is my first time. I'm going to try to read the Bible in its entirety. I've never read the Bible in its entirety, so with this, you're going to see me come on here, read the Bible, interpret my interpretations of the Bible, take notes, goals, things like that. I've been wanting to. Well, when I first broke my leg, I had this urge to really get into the Bible and things like that. And when I came home to rehab for my broken leg, things kind of took a turn. Like I kind of fell through the cracks and kind of wasn't in alignment with certain things. And things just wasn't where they needed to be. I was gonna put a virtual background on here, but the virtual backgrounds wasn't acting right with the darkness in my room right now. But yeah, so if y'all want to read with me, so this Bible that I got it off of Amazon. It's the Holy Bible. It is the King James version. Okay, so I actually tried to read the Bible multiple times, but when I attempted to read the Bible in the past, weird things always happen. When I attempted to read the Bible, I just wasn't in a space to, in a receptive space to read the Bible as well, because the Bible could be very confusing at times, just based off of the language, interpretations and things like that. Um, So I wanted to do something different. And what I did, I started off with Psalms, but we're not going to do that. We're going to start the Bible from the beginning and we're just going to move accordingly. Because when I talked to my mother, she said the Bible was really a book that you should read in order, not out of order. But I'm just going to tell you for me what worked for me is reading, and I didn't finish Psalms or whatever, but starting off with another chapter um, definitely made me more receptive to start the beginning of the Bible. So, yeah. So, it says it's the first book of Moses called Genesis. So, the creation of heaven and earth in chapter 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth was without form and void, and the darkness was upon the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters. Imagine how that looks. Imagine a spirit in pure darkness just flying across the water. See how like spiritual and majestic that could be? Creation of light. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And the God saw the light that it was good, and God divided the light in a day. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And the evening and morning were the first day. Okay. Now, creation of the firmament, is that how you say it? Now, I've been hearing people talk about this like online and basically say we can't get out of Earth because the firmament that was created or whatever. And that's why, like when NASA go out or whatever, like the spaceships allegedly blow up and things like that. So that is one of the things. But anyways, it says, and God said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. This is very interesting because I also like to tune into conspiracy stuff too. And there was a documentary, and also there's a clip that goes around. I don't know if it was on YouTube, I don't know if it's on National Geographic, but there was this guy that was doing like discovery work in the ocean and things like that, and he discovered there was a lake inside of the ocean, and they couldn't like really penetrate it. It was like bouncy or whatever. So this is very interesting. Let it divide the waters from the waters. So was that the firmament that they were talking about? And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God called the firmament heaven, and the evening and the morning were the second day. That's very interesting. The earth separated from the waters, and God said, let the waters under the heaven be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear. And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in himself upon the earth, and it was so. Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in himself onto the earth, and it was so. So he's talking about the process of having things grow and things like that. Why is my butt hurting all of a sudden? Um, and the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the true yielding fruit whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, man, I would love to like know what fruit and meat tasted like back in those times, you know? I bet you it would taste totally different. Our bodies here in America probably will reject it, and probably across the world too, but other countries actually they don't be putting as much preservatives and other weird chemicals into their stuff and things like that. Um, in the evening, the day was morning. Okay, creation of the sun, moon, and stars. And God said, let there be light in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be for light in the firmament of the heaven to give up upon the earth. And it was so. And God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. And God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the fourth day. So it sounds like Honestly, I would think of like a fishbowl effect, like some people will say, like you can access the spiritual realm through the physical plane, right? And I would think if like angels, goddesses, gods, whatever, they existed, that because of the firmament, they could just see us, kind of like fishbowl effect when you think about it. Creation of fish, fowl, beast, and cattle. And God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly in the moving creature that hath life, and the fowl that may fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. And God created great whales and every living creature that moveth, which the waters brought forth abundantly, after their kind, and every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the sea, and let the fowl multiply in the earth. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid. Hold on. Did I skip? That's one thing with this Bible. The pages are extremely thin. Yeah, I was like, that don't make sense. Okay. And the evening and the morning were the fifth day. And God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind, cattle and creepingly thing, and the beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind, and cattle after their kind, and everything that creepeth upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. Wait, I'm confused. Is he talking about, hold on, I'm about to read this again real quick. Oh, be fruitful and multiply. Okay, so he's talking about reproduction. Production. Okay, because I was like, wait a minute, is he talking about like he's making these animals out of his creation of him? Okay, creation of man in the image of God. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl in the air, and over the cattle, and over all earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth. So this is God's way of saying like we in control of earth, even though at the end of the day we really not in control of earth, but we are. This is God saying like this is our power. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created him, he him. Male and female created he them. So really people should not be talking about, that those they them people. Low key, right here in the Bible is talking about that. I'm gonna highlight that actually. So we are, I always have this thing too, like when it comes to like God, I don't feel like everybody always talks about God as like a he, right? But when you really break down reproduction, well, no, you do have animals that could change their gender. You do have animals that could be pregnant. They could, impregnate themselves. But if that's not the case of God, to me, I feel like God is a woman, not a man. That's just my opinion. What do you guys feel about that? Like, man can't create. How could man be the creator of life? I don't know. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. So this is God saying he wants humans to multiply. So this doesn't make any sense. They always talk about Adam and Eve as the first humans, right? The first people. But clearly God is talking about, he's talking to other people here before we even get to Adam and Eve. He's saying to multiply. Who is he saying to multiply? Like, he got to be talking, because he already was talking to the animals to multiply. So that's letting you know there was people before Adam and Eve. Provision for food. And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. To you it shall be for meat. Oh, is this God saying we need to be? Well, God can't really be saying for us to be vegetarians, because vegetarians, they eat fish. I'd imagine they don't eat fish. Because I like to tell people I'm a loose space pescatarian. I will eat some meat here and there, but I pretty much eat seafood. And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, and it was very good. And the evening and the morning were the sixth day, the first Sabbath. Thus the heavens and earth were finished, and all of the host of them. And on the seventh day God endeth his work which he had made, and he rested upon the seventh day from all his work which he had made. That's why they always be saying, like, on Sundays you're not supposed to be like really working. It's supposed to be a day of relaxation. So the manner of the creation. These are the generations of the heavens and for the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the heaven and made earth and the heaven. And every plant of the field before it was in earth, and every herb of the field before it grew. For the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. How there wasn't a man, but he clearly said for humans. So he created man in his image. In the image of God created he him, male and female created he them. And God blessed them, and God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply. This is contradictory. So this is Genesis chapter 1. That was in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27 through 28. But here, when you go onto Genesis chapter 2, verse, hold on, I lost it. Where is it at? That's kind of creepy. Okay, he rested. But where is this that I just read? Oh, here we go. Chapter 2, verse 5. That's contradictory from the previous chapter. Because now you're saying there's not a human, but clearly you're saying there was before. I'm about to highlight that because that definitely is suspect. But there went up a mist from the earth and watered the whole face of the ground. And the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living soul. The Garden of Eden, and the Lord God planted a garden eastward in Eden, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground made the Lord God to grow every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food, the tree of life also in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And a river went out of Eden to water the garden, and from this it was parted and became into four heads. The tree, wait, the name of the first is Pison. That is it, which compasseth the whole land of Havilah, where there is gold. Man, once the Bible start saying these names, I know I'm slaughtering it. And the God of the land is good. There is what? Buildum and the Onyx stone. See, the Bible be talking about crystals and stuff, and y'all over here be talking about. There's people online that be talking about crystals is bad, but clearly, the good Lord says otherwise. And the name of the third river is Hiddekel. That is it, which groweth toward the east of Assyria. And the fourth river is, I ain't about to say these names, child. And the Lord God took the man and it put him into the garden of Eden to dress it and to keep it. And the Lord God commanded the man, saying, of every tree of the garden thou mayest freely eat, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil thou shalt not eat of it. For in the day thou eatest, therefore thou shalt surely die. My thing is, why would you plant a tree? I mean, I get it. I totally get it. You create something, you expect them to listen, but at the same time, why would you create a whole tree and expect that somebody wasn't eventually going to fold? And the Lord God said, it was not good that the man should be alone. I will make him and help meet for him. And out of the ground the Lord God formed every beast of the field and every fowl of the air, and he brought them unto Adam to see what he would call them, and whatsoever. Adam called every living creature, that was the name thereof. And Adam gave names to all cattle, and to the fowl in the air, and to every beast of the field. But for Adam there was not found a help meet for him. God creates woman as a helper for the man. I don't know about that. But guys, I'm gonna stop. I'm getting sleepy. I'm gonna pause it. We could pick up at a later time. Y'all let me know if y'all enjoyed this. I'll see you soon. I love you. Bye.